The Supreme Court plays an important role in American government, and 9 justices will be deciding on some incredibly important cases this term. Oral arguments for 2 of these cases are taking place this week, so I want to take the opportunity to explain to you what they are considering and how it could affect your rights and liberties. On Monday, the Supreme Court heard 2 cases regarding the Texas heartbeat bill. Now, Texas's pro-life bill is both similar to other heartbeat laws that have been passed across the nation and unique in some ways. It's similar in that it ends abortions after a heartbeat is detected. That's around 6 to 8 weeks along. The case is unique in that it creates a private right of action. This is a legal framework that would allow individuals to sue abortion clinics if they violate the abortion law. It's a bit complicated, but the bottom line is the private right of action that the Texas law instates is what's being reviewed by the Supreme Court. The bill's merits, meaning the abortion ban itself, are not being considered by the court. Here's the good news. While courts are dealing with the unique legal framework of Texas's law, babies are being saved. In just a few years, precious children will enroll in elementary schools all across the state of Texas because this law was passed and the horrible sin that is abortion was prevented. Now, the work isn't done. On December 1st, the Supreme Court will hear the Dobbs case. This is regarding the Mississippi law, which attempts to end most abortions in the state. Be in prayer about this case, and I'm sure we'll provide more updates on that in the near future. Now, the Texas heartbeat law wasn't the only case the Supreme Court will consider this week that deals with fundamental rights. Tomorrow, the Supreme Court will hear oral arguments on the most important Second Amendment case in over a decade, possibly in American history. It's the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Brune case, and it will decide the fate of millions of Americans' Second Amendment right to carry a firearm in self-defense. I joined 175 members of Congress in an amicus brief standing up for the right to keep and bear arms in this landmark case. For the last century, New York has banned Americans from carrying a firearm outside of their home unless a public safety bureaucrat determines they have proper cause. I searched the Second Amendment, but I couldn't find the phrase proper cause. All I saw was shall not be infringed, period. In their petition for review, the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association puts it best. The Second Amendment does not exist to protect only the rights of the happy few who distinguish themselves from the body of the people through some proper clause. To the contrary, the Second Amendment exists to protect the rights of all people. Prohibiting someone from carrying a firearm outside of their home goes directly against the Second Amendment's right to keep and bear arms. That's to possess and carry. If the law bans carrying a firearm, the law directly goes against the right to keep, to possess, and to bear arms. While it's just that simple, it's also incredibly important. In recent years, the New York City metro area has gotten increasingly more dangerous. Last year, New York had a 41% increase in homicides, a 19% increase in assaults with a deadly weapon, and an astounding 95% increase in shootings. If this last stat isn't proof enough that gun control doesn't work, just look at Chicago, which has the most strict gun control and the most murders in the country. Joe Biden and Democrat leaders across the country have created a crime surge. They are stripping Americans of their Second Amendment right to self-defense. As the country burned last year due to Black Lives Matter riots and Antifa terrorist attacks, Democrats responded by defunding the police. New York City cut the NYPD's budget by $1 billion, and the city's crime wave continues to surge. If we win this case, for the first time in a century, gun owners across the country will have the right to carry a firearm for self-defense outside of their home. 7 states, including our 2 most populous states, California and New York, do not allow all qualified permit applicants to exercise their Second Amendment rights. If the Supreme Court strikes down arbitrary may-issue laws that prevent Americans from exercising their Second Amendment right to bear arms, then 86 million Americans will finally be able to access their constitutional rights. Let's hope the Supreme Court has the courage to do the right thing, to affirm our right to keep and bear arms, and to protect the unborn. Our safety and future quite literally depends on it.